new trades guys will get caught up in. They'll take on more and more, and they're not the best.
They want to promise it, but they're not there yet.
Yeah. And you've got to be able to deliver on those promises. In the end, those customers are putting trust in you, and you want to make sure you have, on the back end of this, every resource covered to be able to fulfill that. So for us, that's meaning we have the best subs available for every individual piece.
Okay, everybody, like promised, we are here today with Dan Wolf from Dan Wolf Home Pros in Downingtown. And we're going to dig in right away here and talk a little bit to Dan. So Dan, first of all, welcome again.
Thank you.
And you are the Downingtown guy, man. Honest to God.
Born and raised, brother.
I love it. So tell us a little bit about you, your family, and what brought you to Downingtown.
Yeah. So like I said, born and raised in Downingtown. I actually grew up on Church Street in Johnstown, right across from St. Anthony's Lodge. So there's quite a bit of history there with my mom's side of the family and the Sharettas. That's the OG Italian spot. That's
the heart of it, man.
That's it, man, where it all stems from. And obviously the frog leg party every year. If you're Downingtown, you know it. We've been members of that for generations.
Tell me a little bit more about that, because I actually don't know about that.
Man. So the amphibious order of the frogs, we call it the frog leg party here in Downingtown. It's over 1,000 members there getting together first Thursday of every August. It is actually the largest import of frog legs for one event here on the East Coast. But it all started out, that's my great-grandfather and other local kids were gigging for frogs in the Brandywine during the Great Depression.
Oh my God.
And it's just turned into this men's club, a lot of beer, dinner for everybody there, and a whole lot of networking going on. But,
you got roots, man.
Oh yeah, it's a tradition that's been around for a long time. And then, that's my mom's side of the family. My dad's side of the family was right there in Westchester. We had a farm there off Camp Linden Road, right down from Four Dogs Tavern and all that. Yeah. So know the area well. Like I said, I never left.
Yeah, no kidding. Not only haven't you left, but you've grown a great business. I mean, you guys are really killing it.
Yeah.
And it's always great, anybody that you work with, and obviously, I'm in the real estate business. When you have the opportunity to have such comfort to be able to refer people, and that whenever you use that person or you offer that person up, everything's going to come back positive.
Yeah.
There's always issues that can happen in any situation, but I like to put people in front of my clients and friends that know how to handle those situations, and they're always going to work with you, and your craftsmanship is amazing.
I appreciate it. We've got a good crew that we built up over the years.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so my brother and I, we were working with some home builders in the area, large and small, through the college years, and we realized at that point that we just needed to start something. As our referrals grew with those home builders, the projects grew in size and scale. Our business grew in size and scale as we learned more and more. And along the way, we just created a great system to help be a resource for folks. You're going to hear a lot from, I'm sure, other business owners that you've talked about, is educating those. So when I get into an estimate, first, I want to educate them on what the issue may be and how we're going to resolve that there in the home. And we're either going to, provide a bid for the work or get them connected with somebody that we know can do it the best degree possible.
The level that needs to be.
Yeah, the level that needs to be, because we don't specialize in everything.
Right.
Handyman services, we don't do a lot of exterior repair. We stick to mostly the interior and, 8 foot high on first floor there. But I've got excellent exterior repair guys. Yeah. When we get into the remodels, we take on just about everything from your additions down to basements, could be a small powder room. But we've made it a point to really grow the local trades community and get the best subs in front of our folks that way.
Which I think is really cool because, again, talking about how businesses think, you got to be out of the box. To be thinking about making sure that other people around you, if you can't cover it or it's not something that you specialize in, that you have that relationship as well, that you're going to put them in front of your people.
And it's about being honest with that too. That's so important. I feel like it's one of the things that a lot of new trades guys will get caught up in. They'll take on more and more, and they're not the best.
They want to promise it, but they're not there yet.
Yeah. And you've got to be able to deliver on those promises. In the end, those customers are putting trust in you, and you want to make sure you have on the back end of this, every resource covered to be able to fulfill that. So for us, that's meaning we have the best subs available for every individual piece. I mean, I'm not doing any septic tank work, but I got the best plumber that does it here in the area. Yeah. And a lot of the times, it doesn't have to be some closed invoice or job with us. Even a referral goes a long way.
Nice.
So it's a huge part of our business.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's community.
Yeah.
It's what this is all about. This is why we're doing this.
It has to be that way. There's more that we can do in the trades, collaborating and working together, than just competing over these individual bids. And we've seen a lot of growth from that. We hope to be, a local industry leader for that.
And that's a good segue also, because you're always networking with other industries.
Yeah.
If there's any businesses out there that have connections to what Dan does, and they need a head start, they need to get moving. Maybe they're not real busy and they want to get busier. There may be opportunities that around the area that they might be able to help. You might be able to help them on.
Yeah, quite a bit.
I know you've done that before for other businesses.
Absolutely. So, now it's like I said, we can't take on every single job there. So these referrals go a long way, and it could be not only that next big job for somebody that they need at that time to fill their crews for it, but I know they're going to give the experience I expect that customer to receive there. But that's why the Trades Alliance group that we started, we'll put links below for that one, has been a huge resource for them. We've got mentors in that group. We've got a registration list so you can see who are the experts in their craft in the specific aries they work in. If you need a referral for somebody that way, it's been phenomenal.
So do you even talk to people like this? I mean, like seriously, like you go out of your way to have people in the trades that overlap and work with you to make sure that they can get a better, more successful business.
Absolutely.
And it comes back. It always comes back, I think.
Yeah, it does. And in the end, I want to cover the things that I know we've got weaknesses in. I don't cover work in Delaware County, but I know the best possible GCs and handyman out there. I mean, that's that way when a referral or a lead comes to us and we say, hey, look, we don't service that area, but here's my best contact for that. Reach out to them. It's not only staying top of mind with the customer, but then you're staying top of mind with that relationship that you've built. And that's what carries brands. It really does. And it's sticking to your word and knowing that when people get a referral or a lead from me, they know, okay, we're calling them in under 24 hours because that's what we do.
It's going to work. So, it's going to work. Yeah, fantastic. One thing from our conversations, one word that always seems to come through is authenticity. And I think it shows in how you speak. It shows in how you run your business.
I appreciate that.
It shows how you connect with people. And I think that gets lost in business.
It does.
People are really, and especially today's world with everything going on and everything being more expensive, everybody is focused on needing to make money.
Yes. And
we tend to sometimes lose the idea of what can we do to help other people, and see that whole thing, the synergy of everything, just comes out.
That's it. And we're not the right fit for everybody. But I know there is a right fit out there. So I want to know who that contact is. I want to know the new up and comers in the trades here and make sure that they're on the right path. I mean, we made a ton of mistakes along the way. We still do. As we start to implement new systems and making sure our communication is as high as possible. But it's just something that if there's any input I can give to those new guys coming up, like I just want to be there as a resource for them. And it's
super cool.
Yeah, wear it on your sleeve, man. You got to be an open book about this. It's not perfect. Business ownership is so difficult.
Not at all. Absolutely. It's very real.
It really is when you're chasing that everyday dollar. But when you've got something focused on long term, like we do our brand, hey, if my kids want it one day, I want to be able to pass down to them something, that's a staple to the community here.
And not just on that level, but you're teaching them the qualities of to be people that you want them to be.
Absolutely. Oh, there's really so much you can take away. I mean, I'm a father of 2 young kids, and I watched my business go like this when my kids were born. I watched my schedule go like this.
Right. Yeah, you had to be a really good time blocker.
And then I started to learn new things like how to really level out what's business and what's family and home. And that was a huge, it's still something I have to work on every day, but I take it very serious. I do everything so I can provide the life that I want for my family there.
And you can lose sight if you're not deliberate about what you want to accomplish.
Yeah, very much so. You have to be, you know, you got to have a target, but at the same time, you need to make sure that you can transition and pivot where you need to.
Yeah.
Because man, when life hits you in the face,
don't get drowned. You got to ride that wave a little bit.
Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face, man.
That's beautiful.
Hopefully, you've backed yourself with a great network of people that don't want to see you fall or fail.
Right.
I think that's the one thing that's missing from a lot of small business owners is that, you know, they lose sight of that network and they're all there for you in the end. So it's great to know I've got it back there.
Awesome, man.
Thank you.
Absolutely awesome.
I appreciate it.
Very fun. We'll have all Dan's contact information in the link below, and check out the YouTube page. Dan is here to help, man. So if you need anything in building your business, or if you need work done, this is your guy.
Thank you very much.
All right. See ya. Take care, everybody.